Welcome back. So glad you joined me. How often is it that we're willing to stop and think that it's okay to cry? Too often, we're going to have people tell us that, emotions and the sort is not a good thing. And if we are expressing emotions, that's showing a rather bad thing on our parts, and that's not what you should do. Not just that, I've even heard people go to the extent that as Christians, because we believe in God, we should not be showing any emotions, especially sorrow, because of what God has done for us. Right there, we continually have a catch that comes back to us that too often we forget that Jesus himself showed emotions. And from a personal side, because Jesus showed emotions, I really feel that it is okay for us to be showing emotions as well. Life is parts in the whole as far as all the emotions that we're going to have over the course of our life. If we hold those back, it's going to make life a whole lot harder to live. It's going to cause other problems, which are going to compound on other things that will just make our lives miserable. So what is our real focus? What are we doing? How are we going forward? And what is it that God is actually calling us to do so that we're able to more fully live the lives that He's called us to live? That's a huge question, isn't it? But it's an important question that we need to be continually asking ourselves so that we're able to do continually what God has asked us to do. Today's verse that we're looking at is in Matthew chapter 5 in verse 4. It says this: "Blessed are those who mourn, for they shall be comforted." In Matthew chapter 5, this first section is what we know as the Beatitudes or the Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus is giving them instruction as to what's really going on, what needs to be built on in life, and how every element continues to build upon itself to its ultimate pinnacle and climax. Now, here's something that we often forget. Just because it's a climax does not mean that it's the end. It is but a point that continues to build upon itself as God continues to work in our lives. But the concept right here, Jesus is reminding them, as He's reminding us right now, that it's okay to cry. It's okay to show emotions. It's okay to be the people that God has created us to be. He himself showed emotions while he was here on this earth. If Jesus did, then in turn it's okay for us to do the same. But remember this, anytime that sorrow is brought into the picture, God always reminds us that He is there and He is going to comfort us. No question about it, He will see us through. Thank you again for joining me. I look forward to seeing you next time as we continue to study God's Word together. God bless.